I want to do a quick review on the backup camera that I got for my travel trailer. This is the carrying bag. You've got to get one of these for it. These are made by NUVending, NUVending. I got this off of Amazon though, a little bit cheaper than what the manufacturers had. This is your charging cable. To charge it, you just take this out. This is also a waterproof camera. If it rains, it shouldn't hurt it. You can plug this in, and then you can either plug this into a USB port or the charger that came with it. If you want to, it does have a hardwired kit. It has this, it plugs in, and then there's a black and a red that hang out on the other end. So if you wanted to hardwire it in, you could do that. This is the antenna that came on the camera. So you just push there's a power button, a flashlight, and if you hold that flashlight button, it'll actually reset the camera. This camera puts out a Wi-Fi signal, so you don't need to have a Wi-Fi signal on your phone. You connect directly to this camera. So when you turn the power on, your green light will come on. It starts flashing. It has a really good magnetic base on the bottom. It's really strong. So I usually just put it right on the bumper grill, and that's where I leave it. I don't have to worry about it flying off of there. It's really a strong magnet. And then you go to either your cell phone or your tablet. Go into your settings. Go to your Wi-Fi. There's your camera. Obtaining IP address. Connected. And you download the app NUCAM. Open that up. Once you get it all set up and programmed, connects to your camera, and that's your backup camera. The only thing about it that I'm not super impressed with is I've got a lot of freezing up when I'm driving down the road. It kind of lopes where it'll freeze and then it'll try to catch up, and it looks like the cars are doing 150 mile an hour. So that is the same camera shot. My tablet just went off from high temperature. It's about 90 out here. So because it was loping and kind of losing signal when I got into town, it would lose signal. Like it would disconnect from the Wi-Fi. I tried it on both my phone and my tablet, and it just continued to lose its connection from the camera itself. So we'll let that boot back up. So I went onto the website NUVending.com, and the tech support was great, back and forth communication, trying to figure out. I thought because from The cab of my truck to the end of my trailer is like 36 to 40 feet, and I can see where other items may interfere. I mean, it's a wireless camera. I've had wireless cameras before on my house, and you get interference from the microwave to somebody's cell phone to walkie-talkies, so I don't think it would take that much to interrupt the signal. So I got this. It has a 9-foot cable, and it is a extender. It's magnetic mount, but the magnets in here are extremely generic. I mean, this almost doesn't stick to anything. It's struggling to not fall off of there. Sticks there pretty good, but I don't think it would take much to get it to move. If I can pop this cover off. I'll show you what the batteries in there look like, or the magnets. So there's your 3 tiny little magnets in there. And the first time I took this off, these were not seated where they are. They were all stacked up and just sitting there. So I had to throw some super glue on them and try to kind of get them somewhat resituated. So I put this on the camera. This actually screws. Let me just go and get the camera. The battery on this lasts a good while. I think I used it for maybe about a week and never changed the batteries, and it was fine. Now if I put it up here on my truck and I drive down the road, it's not going anywhere and the signal is fantastic. So I'm assuming that it's just the distance and probably the other metal items and stuff on the camper that might be causing it some interference. So you may have to reconnect to your Wi-Fi if it keeps losing signal. Usually if your tablet goes dead for a battery, you're gonna have to reconnect it. Then sometimes it'll connect automatically. It could just be a junk tablet too, but I'm not sure. It says it's connected to the camera. Reconnect due to an interruption, so you may have to power cycle the camera if you lose your signal. Usually within 30 seconds it'll come right back up. When it's ready, you'll get a little blue dot down here that shows up. And so it says it's connected here on the Wi-Fi. Open the app back up. Okay. There we go. Okay. And you can change the settings in this real quick to do mirror, so it actually looks like you're looking in a rear view mirror. I didn't bring the other piece, but this is the device I use to hold my cell phone. And there's also one, it just goes in the CD player. It's like $7-8 from Amazon. I had it in there with the tablet, and the tablet was hanging over this way a little bit, and just because of the weight of it, it was a little bit more bouncy. But it wasn't anything bad. But I did order another bracket that I can hook to just put a bolt here, and then it comes up, and it'll also face so I can see. It's nice to have. You can go between an SD and an HD, but with HD quality I got almost nothing. It just stayed frozen. I do have a minute or two of that. I don't know if I can attach it into the same video or not, but I'll upload it so you can see what it's doing. And that's the first thing that New Vending asked me was, did you have it on 1080p HD or did you have it on 480p? And it was on 480p. So this antenna will screw right into the back of the camera. You just take this antenna, unscrews right off, and then this cable screws right into the back of the camera. And it will give you a little more range. I would not leave that on top of your vehicle because that magnet's just not strong enough to hold anything down. I mean, it's really flimsy. Time's moving, we're still running. So I ordered a 30-foot extension for this. I believe it's a SMC cable. I'm actually a little bit fortunate that I have the type of trailer that I have, because I'm gonna put the extension cable, it screws right into the back of the camera. I'll run it underneath the RV up on the frame, cable tied up, and I'll be able to put this somewhere inside of here, and it should sit there fine. And this is, not sure how well it would ride that way, and you have some metal up here. There's more framing there, and the cap that I have, this cap will completely cover the whole face of that, so there'll be no direct wind on that antenna, and that'll only put it from the camper to the cab of my truck, no more than 6 feet. So I want to try that and see if the signal gets any better. Most of your backup cameras, if they come pre-wired for it, they usually go in the center up on the top. Usually right underneath of that light on the center, there's usually a pre-wired, but Forest River, I don't know of any vibes that they have that are pre-wired. The ladder's aluminum, so it won't stick to aluminum. The metal casing around the window, it doesn't stick there very well. It sticks, the camera sticks real well right on the grill mount of the bumper. And I suppose if you wanted to, you could stick you a metal plate up there somewhere and snap onto it, but I plan on having that cable come up here and just lay here where I can screw it into the camera and take the camera on and off, run it down under the camper underneath of the frame up into that spot in the front, and then I'll do a follow-up video and see if that worked any better. Amazon, I think it was $100 or $219 on Amazon is what the camera cost. It has an internal lithium battery. And again, if you wanted to hardwire it, you could do that. It does have a option that comes with it. And then the light, when you push the flashlight, turns on those white lights. So if you needed some additional lighting, it's pretty good in the dark as it is. It's definitely going to see a set of headlights up on your bumper. But when you get to a camping spot at nighttime and you want to back in, you can go turn those on. It'll help you see a lot better as well. And don't forget the carrying case. I usually put my tablet and the tablet charging cable in there. This is the bag that came with it, but it's not quite big enough to carry everything in with the camera, especially the additional wires and stuff that I'm going to have.